Hi guys, hello everyone. Good evening to all of you. And can you just tell me quickly if I'm audible and visible to all of you? Like I can see some chats here in the YouTube chat section. And hi, hello, good evening, hello sir, hi. Just a quick check, please. Let me share my screen. Yeah, yes, you're visible. Thank you for that information, Flory. Okay, so PML is asking how you can get certificate after completing this program, right? So I'll answer that in a bit. Just give me a quick confirmation that you're here, you're attending this bootcamp, and you're active right now. KD, you're okay. Hi Ankit. Hi KD. Thank you, Jyoti. Hi PML. Fox. I don't know what's your name, but your like user ID is quite cool. Hi sir, hi Raviteja, hi Anandi. So hi, we can start now. I think we have a lot of guys who want to learn Java and be a Java developer. Are you guys excited like to learn Java? And can you just tell me why you want to learn Java? Because some of you might be learning Java because it is there in your curriculum, right? Because you want to pass your exams. Some of you like learning Java because you want to become a Java developer. Some of you are learning for like database and all the reasons. So quickly tell me why you want to learn Java in these 5 days, where we'll be learning a lot of essential things of Java, and we'll be focusing on practicing all the things, right, and being a master in at least essential part of the Java, sorry, my bad. So we can go ahead in tech companies and say, yeah, hey guys, I know Java, you can hire me, right? So I want to become a Java developer. Yeah, Harsh, good, nice. To get placed in the company, right, Geeta? I think a lot of banks are right now, not right now, are previously used to hire Java developers, and right now a lot of banks are actually hiring Java developers, right? So because if you don't know, a lot of like all the data, or you can say management, or you can say what you can say apps, where we have all the data from banks, from all the finance companies, are based on Java, or you can say Oracle. So banks is the one field which is like very in demand for Java developers, right? So okay, I want to learn Java since I'm interested in you. Right. Interesting language, sir. Various variations. But yeah, absolutely, Pratik. So we'll start. I'll just give you a brief about what you have to do to get that certificate after completing this 5 days of essential bootcamp. After learning all the essential part of Java, so you don't have to do a lot of things. This is like a simple process. You don't have to go to every other link on day one, day two. You just have one link for everything. You have to mark your attendance there. If you have any assignments which are on day three, day four, and day five, we don't have any assignments on day one and day two. So you have to submit your assignments there on that link. If you're not enrolled, you can enroll from that link only. If you're not attendant, if you're not marked your attendance, you can do it on that link only. So in short, this is one link for you all. You can do everything there. You don't have to go through all the 5 or 6 links, right? So where you can find that link? Yeah, just tell me where I can find that link. So in the description box here, you can see, I hope everyone is watching us on YouTube, right? So here you can see a description box. Here you have these links for attendance, registration, assignment, LU coins, which is our currency, private currency, which will be used to get discount in our full stack program. So if you have like 3 or 4 thousand elegance, you can get that much of discount there on our full stack programs, right? And for certificate, right? So you just have to go here. If you're not enrolled, you just have to go enroll. I think I need to log in once. Just give me a second. Yeah, just don't see my second ID. It was just for like a testing purposes, so I can log in on some websites and do my research without leaking my main, which is office wala email ID, right? So this is your one link or one page, what we call it. So for marking your attendance, just scroll down just a bit, scroll down. You can see day one of Java, introduction of Java. You just have to go here, mark your attendance, like rate this session, how much you're liking this session out of 0 to 10. So you can say if you're liking a lot, what we are doing, what we are teaching for free. This is for free, so not like it's worth it. You can say 4,000 rupees. You are getting it for free. You are very what you can say lucky to have this program. So you can say 10 if you are interested to become a full stack developer with Let's Upgrade or data scientist with Let's Upgrade. So you can mark on yes. If you have any feedbacks, you can give us feedbacks, and we are taking a lot of feedbacks and trying to improve our essential programs, right? So I'll say other, submit my assignment, sorry, attendance. So after submitting, you can see something had changed, right? So there is a progress bar. Something is 20%. What is this progress bar now? Right? So this progress bar is just to like track your progress, what you are doing in this essential, right? So you just have to mark your attendance for 5 days, submit the assignments what you have on day 3, day 4, and day 5. Just that. For certificate, you just need to do this. That's it. After marking your 5 days of attendance and assignment, you'll be able to download your certificate from here only. This program page, right? Am I clear? Just give me a quick confirmation if I'm clear or not. I can see jobs are asking the skills I have. Yes, absolutely, Google. Just a quick confirmation, guys, that you're clear with the attendance and assignment all apart, so we can go ahead and onboard our trainer for today, which is Abhishek Yadav sir. Yes. Thank you guys for that confirmation. Keep the some hype in the chat, right? Don't be like thoda sa man. Just do what you can say. Put rocket emojis there. You put fire emojis there. Be excited because you're going to learn a lot of things in Java, right? So I'll introduce you to our trainer for today. Let me stop my sharing. And hi Abhishek sir, how are you?
Hello, Sandesh. Thank you, first of all, for introducing me. And hello, everyone. Hello. Like I can see a lot of people there, right? Yeah. So, who are really excited to learn Java, right? So, we
Yeah,
will try our best. We will try to represent, like, we will try to give, like, the basic knowledge, but something new, right?
exactly.
So that will be the main agenda of today program, and I want everyone to not listen, right? Make this session as a discussion session, right? Where I am teaching something, you are answering something, so that I can also learn from you, right? At the end of the day, like our agenda is what we should learn something new, right? So that will be the main part. Yeah,
So there is a small update for you guys. If you're like, can you just tell us that if you know Java, before that, if you know basics of Java, if you're like completely new to Java.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Great, great,
So
Sandesh. Yeah,
I think with that question, I'll take a leave. After that,
hmm,
Abhishek sir, you can manage all the students and
yeah.
learn a lot of like teach them a lot of things in Java, so they can become a like pro developer in Java. So
Yeah.
bye bye guys, bye bye Abhishek sir. I'll take leave.
Thank you, Sandesh. Thank you. Hello everyone. Please write in the chat, okay? Like who all knows Java, who all are beginner and who don't know anything about the programming or who have just started to learn something new in the IT field, who have just entered in the IT field. According to that, we will be trying to structure our program, okay? So, no, I am a beginner, completely new. So, no basics of Java, correct? I am a beginner, okay? Yeah. So here I can see a lot of audience, like 70 to 80% of the audience who are complete beginner, right? So what we will be doing is like we will be starting from the basics and we will be trying to learn each and everything in detail, the basic part, right? We are not going into the complex part because if I will be going the complex part, then it will be like it will go above your head, right? So yeah, yeah. So let's start our session, right? So let's discuss the agenda of today's session, guys. Let me share my screen, right? Present here. Okay, great. Yeah. Can you guys write in the chat if my screen is visible? Everyone? Let me share it again, right? I think it is not visible. Yeah, yeah, great. So it is visible now, right? So let's start with the basic, right? Because this is a boot camp and we will try to go to the basics and try to cover each and everything from the start, right? Yeah. So here, Java, right? So the agenda of today's session is what? The agenda is like we will be going to the history, right? It will take 5 to 10 minutes to cover the history part. After that, we will see the very important features of Java. That is why Java is platform independent. Okay, and we will be seeing ki hey, what is oops, right? This is the second most important feature of Java. What is this oops concept, right? That is oops programming, that is object oriented programming here, right? After that, we will be doing the setup part, and the IDE that we are using here is Visual Studio Code. You can use any IDE, whether online or offline, it depends on you, right? So in our bootcamp, we are using Visual Studio Code to write the code, right? After that, we are going like we are covering the basics of JDK, like why JDK and why we need JDK, right? We are installing that JDK part also, and after that we are creating a program that is on Java. We will be trying to we will be creating a simple program on Java, and we will be learning executing that program. Okay, and we will be seeing the execution flow also. Execution flow of Java, right, everyone? So everyone is clear, right? So let's start our session, right? Without wasting our time, let's start our session. Anyone, those who know about Java, what is the history? Who was the person? Yeah, anyone? Please write in the chat. Yeah. So guys, history is like let's try to understand the history part, right? So here, Java. Okay. So basically, what happens? There was a team in 1991, right? And the team was Green Team. Okay, Green Team. And the main member of green teams are what? They are James Gosling, okay, Gosling, Mike Sheridan, right? Yeah. And the third person is what? This is A, right? Yeah. And the third person is Patrick, right? Patrick Norton, right? So these are the main member of the team, and they came up with a new language that is Oak, right? They named the language as Oak in 1991. Okay, and after that, what happens? This name was resemble like this name was taken from the tree. There was a tree. From that tree, they took this name that is Oak, right? And in 1995, they wanted a legal copyright on this tech. That is Oak. They wanted a legal copyright. Okay, yeah, on this tag Oak. But due to some copyright issue, they were not able to get the legal copyright, and they changed the name and they named as Java here. Right, everyone? They named the language as Java here. So this was the brief history of Java, and why they wanted this, like why they have why they are working on this language at that time. C and C++ are very popular, right? So the major drawback of C and C++ are what? They are platform dependent, right? Platform dependent. And they came up with the language that is platform independent, and which is more inclined toward object oriented programming. Okay, oriented programming, right? So this is a brief history of Java. Let's talk about the term platform independent and this object oriented programming, right? So here, okay, great. James Gosling, okay, I'm getting the answer. Coffee bean, yeah. So anyone, what is platform independent? Please write in the chat. What is platform independent? So let's first understand what is platform dependent, okay? We are saying कि hey, C and C++ are platform dependent, right? C and C++, okay, can run on any OS, correct? Yeah. Anyone else? So guys, what is this platform? So basically, you have the system, right? You have the computer. In that computer, you have the hardware layer, right? You have the hardware, and on the top of the hardware, you have the operating system, right, everyone? You have the OS part, and these two are called as platform. These two combined are called as platform here, right, everyone? These are called as platform here. So we have C and C++, and what we do, right? We have to write some code. So we have some place, and that place is nothing but your notepad or either IDE, right? Either notepad or IDE where you write the code. Okay, you wrote some code in C and C++. Okay, let's assume you have written some code here, and let's assume the extension is what? The extension of the code is test.c. C is the extension here, and the test is the name of the file. Okay, so you have written some code in C and you have saved the code with this file name, that is test.c. This is your source code, right? And after that, there will be a compiler. Okay, compiler is nothing but a program that will check the syntax. Basically, it will check the rule of the language, whether you are following the correct rule of the language or not, right? Whether you are following the correct rule of the language or not, right? So we are writing some code, right? That is the C code we are writing, and after that there will be a compiler. Compiler is a program that will check the syntax, that will check the rule of the language, right? Whether you are writing the correct grammar rule or not, right? After that, compiler will convert your source code to machine code. Okay, machine code means that is in 0 and 1 format, right? And the extension of this file is .exe. If you are running this file in Windows, then the extension is what? .exe file, right? And this file is basically executed by your system. This file is basically executed, and whatever information, whatever output you are getting on the output screen is because of this machine code, right, everyone? So till this point, everyone is clear? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Yeah, it can run on any operating system. Yeah, yeah. That part is clear, but this thing is clear. Why C and C++? What is happening in C and C++, guys? Yeah. So now, why this C and C, like C and C++ are platform dependent here? So what happens? So you got this .exe file, right? You got this .exe file, and if what we like this exe file, let's assume you have the window operating system, right? You have the window operating system, and you have compiled the source code on window operating system, and you are running the source code on window operating system. That is, on this operating system you are executing the .exe file. So my window operating system will say ki, okay, I will run the code because this file is compatible with me. Okay, this file is compatible with me. But the moment you will try to run this .exe file on some other operating system, that is Mac or Linux, you will get a error. This file will not work here. These two person will say कि hey, आप compatible नहीं हो, you are not compatible on my system and I will not run the code, right? So here this .exe file is what? This is platform dependent, right? Platform dependent here. Okay, everyone is clear what is platform dependent and why this is platform dependent C and C++? Please write in the chat. Okay, please write in the chat if it is clear. Clear, right? Yeah. So we are having the source code that is compiled by the compiler, and we are getting a machine code that is .exe file. And since if we are compiling this source code, okay, if we are compiling this source code on Windows system, we will get .exe file, right? And this .exe file is compatible on Windows, okay, not on any other operating system. Similarly, if you are compiling the source code on Mac, then you will get a .dmg file, and this .emg file will be compatible on Mac. If you will try to run this .emg file on any other operating system, then you will be not able to do that part. That's why it is platform dependent. Okay. So what happens now? So now let's move to the Java. Okay. So in Java, we are saying कि hey, Java is platform independent, right? Let's understand that part also, independent. Yeah. So the main problem is what? The main problem is we are getting that executable file, that .exe file or some other .dmg file, that is a machine code, and we are not able to run that machine code on any other operating system, right? So now here Java is saying, okay, again, you have the place where you will write the Java code, right? Let's assume that place is your Visual Studio Code or any compiler, okay, any compiler, that is your Eclipse or IntelliJ, any compiler where you have written that source code, right? This is the source code, and let's assume you have saved the source code with first dot Java, right? This is the extension that you have to use when you are saving the code, when you're writing the code in Java. So you have the source code. That source code will be compiled by the compiler. Okay, compiler. Here in Java, we have Java C compiler. Okay, and if we are talking about this, that is for C and C++, right? We use min.gw compiler. Okay, min.gw compiler. Okay, and compiler is nothing again, guys. Compiler is a program that is written by somewhere, some person. Okay, this compiler is nothing but a program that is written by some person. Okay, and the main functionality of this program is to check the syntax and the rule of the language, right? So again, here we have the source code that is compiled by the compiler, and what will happen? Again, the compiler will check the syntax, it will check the rule of the language. Okay, after doing that, what will happen, guys? You will get a byte code. Okay, you will get a byte code, right? Byte code here, byte code here, and this byte code is platform independent. Okay, this byte code is platform independent, and this is an encrypted code. Okay, this is an encrypted code. If you will try to open this file, you will get hey, your system is not compatible to open this file. Like this, you will get some message. So there is a source code that is compiled by the compiler, and you are getting what? You are getting a byte code, and the file name is what? The file name is same, that is first, and here the extension will be dot class. Okay, so you have the source code, that is the Java code inside dot Java file that is compiled by the compiler, and you are getting the byte code that is inside first dot class file. Okay, this will be the extension now, right? This is platform independent, and this will be an encrypted code. Now you are saying ki, hey, now I have some machine here. Let's assume I have Windows. Okay, you have Linux, you have Mac here, right? You have three machine, and on these three machine you have different operating system installed, right? Mac, and this source code and this compilation you have done on Windows. Okay, let's assume you have done this compilation on Windows, and you got this byte code, that is dot class file. Okay, after that, what you do? You use the power of JVM. There is a JVM, something called JVM. Okay, we will use the power of JVM, and what we will do? We will install that JVM. We will install that JVM on window, on this window also. Okay, on this on this Linux also, and on this Mac also, right? So what will happen now? You can understand like this. Hey, yeah, you have the operating system, you have the hardware, right? You have the hardware, right? And this is what? This is your platform, and on the top of this platform you installed a JVM. right? JVM. And that JVM will receive what? That JVM will receive dot class file, right everyone? Dot class file, right? And this dot class file is what? This is a byte code that is that is in encrypted form and that is independent of the system. So this JVM will take this class file. It will read the class file line by line. Okay, act as an interpreter. You can say act as an interpreter that will read line by line. Okay, line by line. And after reading line by line, what it will do? It will convert the dot class file. Okay, it will convert the dot class file to machine code. Okay, to machine code, and that machine code will get executed by the system. Okay, this one. Yeah, everyone is clear till this point? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear. So here, 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one, right? So this dot class file will run on the JVM. It will be taken by the JVM, and JVM will take this class file, read the class file line by line, and convert that class file into a platform independent code, that is platform executable code that is in 0 and 1 format, and that format will be run by the system, that is by this system and by this system and by this system. So with the help of JVM, we are able to achieve platform independency. Okay, with the help of JVM, we are able to achieve platform independency. Now, please write in the chat what all question you have. Repeat it in short. Prathamesh, what you are not able to understand at what point? We have the source code, that is the Java code that is compiled by the compiler, right? And we will get a byte code that will be in an encrypted format. Okay, that is platform independent code, and this byte code is inside dot class file, and we are able to run this platform independent code by installing JVM on different machine, right? Yes or no? Everyone is clear till this point why C and C++ are platform dependent and why Java is platform independent. So if someone will ask you ki, hey, how Java is able to achieve platform independency, so your answer is with the help of JVM, right everyone? Bytecode, Faizan has one good question here. So Faizan is saying here ki, hey, so bytecode can run on any machine. Okay, it can run on any machine only when you are installing JVM on that machine. Okay, on the top of the operating system you are installing JVM here, right? So you can assume like this. If I have to tell you, Faizan, you can assume like this ki you have a something called a filter here. Okay, so this will be the JVM here, and to this JVM you are passing the bytecode, and that bytecode will give you a machine code that will be that is platform independent code. Okay, and this code will be run by any system. Faizan, it is clear? You have to install JVM. Okay, you have to use JVM here. Please write in the chat if any other doubt you have till this point. Yeah, so JVM should be there in every machine. Correct, correct, Panna. You have to wrap that operating system on with the help of JVM, right? Yeah, got it. How JVM actually work? So basically, Nikhil, you can say ki JVM. Okay, like we are not going in the deep of that part. Okay, you can read that thing. In the future, I will try to explain that thing. That is how, like, what happens in the JVM if we have time to discuss about class and object. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. Okay, yeah, that means bytecode is platform independent, but JVM is platform dependent. Uh, yeah, you can say like this. Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. Pulkit is correct here. Why C and C plus not work in JVM? Why C and C plus plus not work in JVM? Because it was like designed like that only. Okay, so there in C and C plus plus, the compiler is directly converting the source code to the machine code, right? There is no byte code, there is no dot class file in between, right? So that will be the reason. Sir, the extension of bytecode is dot class. Correct. It work like an interpreter. It will create the machine code. Correct. Correct, Pandit. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other doubt? So now let's move to the next topic. Hope I'm able to clear all your doubt, right? So now we are saying ki hey, you are saying sir ki hey, Java is platform independent. You are also saying ki Java is what? Object oriented programming. Anyone in the audience who know what is object oriented programming? Please write in the chat. Object oriented programming. Okay. Is JVM already present in every platform or do we have to install it? Jasanpreet, right? Wait for 10 more minutes. I will do the practical setup of that part. Okay. Where is JVM present and where is this everything? Okay. Please be like, please give me 10 to 15 minutes. So object and class. Anyone? So now the question is, what is object oriented programming? So everyone is saying ki, hey, class and object is all about object oriented programming, right? What is class and object then, guys? Is related to the real life thing. Correct, correct. Real life entities, object and class. A programming which focuses on doing tasks using object and class. Correct. Faizan is like has a correct definition. He's saying ki, hey, a programming technique which focuses on doing tasks using object and class. Okay. Yeah. So let's discuss about class and object. Okay, in detail. So let me take one real life because I'm getting a lot of comment. Ki, hey, object is a real life entity, right? Class is like a blueprint of the project. Okay, let's try to understand that part, right? Yeah. So let's assume here, let's take someone Parthiv. Okay, so Parthiv is here. Yeah, Parthiv is here, right? So oops, like polymorphism abstraction. Okay, so Parthiv is here. So Parthiv is like super rich. He got a lottery here. Okay, he is super rich here, right? And he got a crore, 1 crore rupees lottery, right? And what he want? He want to build a house for himself. Okay, for himself and for his family, he want to build a house. So guys, can you tell me? He will directly go to the person who is making that house, right? Okay, who is making that house? Please write in the chat. He will directly go to the builder and say ki, hey, please assemble your people and we will be like, I want this much house, I want four room and I want 2 bedroom, like this. He will go to that person or he will do something else? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay, no, correct. Yeah. So पार्थिव डायरेक्टली तो मिस्त्री लोग के पास जाएगा नहीं, राइट? ही विल नॉट डायरेक्टली गो टू द वर्कर. ओके, या. So Pandit and every okay. So yeah, correct. He will now no he will connect. Correct. So he will first go to the architecture, right? So Parthiv will first go to the architecture because he want to build a very beautiful house. So he will say ki here first I will go to the architecture here, right? So architecture is the main person who is designing or who is designing the blueprint or template of Parthiv house, right everyone? So here, so what will happen now? So this architecture know the details, right? What will be the dimension of the house, everything, right? How much like square feet house Parthiv want and what all thing he can do in that house, right? So Parthiv will give the details to that architecture. This architecture will create the blueprint or template and Parthiv will take that blueprint or template to the worker, to the main person, to the head, okay, to the head here, and the head will talk to their workers and they will construct a house for Parthiv, right? So here, let's assume Parthiv had created a 4 BHK house, right? That is 4 bedroom, okay, kitchen and hall, right everyone? So now this blueprint or template that is created, okay, is called what? This is called class. The moment Parthiv is using this house, the moment Parthiv is using this house, what is this? Is an object. Okay. So basically, why this architecture is creating the blueprint or template? Okay, because he want to design an object. He want to design a house, and house has what? House has some properties, right? House have some properties here, properties, and have some functionality associated with it. Okay, functionalities associated with it. Let's assume in this blueprint or template, the properties that Parthiv want, he want ki, hey, I want 4 bedroom, I want one kitchen, okay, one swimming pool, right? So like this, these all properties he want in his house. Okay, the functionality he want is like he want a automatic door. Okay, automatic door, AI. You can say, okay, automatic door, or and you can say ki hey, he want there are a lot of other functionalities. Okay, so like that he wants some functionalities also, right? So class is what? Class is a blueprint or template that the defines the properties and functionalities of object. Right, everyone? And object is what? Object is what? Object is a real world entity. Okay, real world entities that is having those properties and those properties and behavior here. Everyone is clear till this point? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear till this point. So, how to relate this real life example in this Java programming? Okay, let's see that part. So here you can assume this Parthiv is the client. Okay, Parthiv is a client who want to create a software, like who want to build a software for his company, right? But he don't know about the programming part, right? He don't know how to do the programming part, so he will contact the programmer, the software engineer, right? Software engineer, and this software engineer is the main person who will design the class. Okay, who will design the template or the blueprint. Okay, and after that, this part, the object creation part. Okay, the object creation part is done by the JVM. Okay, creation part is done by JVM here. Everyone is clear now? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear. What is class and what is object, and in real life, how we can relate class and object, and in programming world, how we can how we can relate class and object, right? So again, so let's try to understand one more important thing. Why we are doing this stuff? Why we are can you guys write in the chat if everyone, like if those who knows about programming, why we are compiling our code, why we are writing, like we are writing the source code. Okay, we are writing a program here, right? Why we are writing a program? Anyone, please write in the chat. Okay, my question here is why we need to write a program. हमें जरूरत क्या पड़ी program लिखने की? Anyone? What is JVM? Uh, Sarikonda, like I have explained that JVM part, right? We have JVM is like for now you can assume JVM is also a program, right? That is installed on top of the operating system, and that is taking the byte code. Okay, interpreting the byte code line by line and converting the byte code to the machine readable, machine understandable code. Okay, and that machine understandable code will be executed by your system uh, to make work easier, to solve a problem. Correct. Like to interact with machine JVM. Correct. This is also correct. To mod simplify the problem. No, no, no. We can. Correct. So basically, I am getting one correct answer from Jwala. So Jwala is saying ki, hey, to interact with machine. This is a very good answer that I'm getting from Jwala. So basically our computer is a dumb machine. Okay, so my computer is dumb machine. If you are not doing anything, if you are not giving any instruction to the computer, if you are not typing on the keyboard, if you are not creating a software, okay, then there is no use of computer. Okay, it will sit idle here, right? So you are the main person, you have the brain, you are the main person who are telling computer ki, hey, I want this output, I have created this software and I want this output. Okay, so here, in order to communicate with the computer, we have to write a program. This is the first important point. Okay, the second important point is what? In software engineering, like in IT, in IT and computer science field, okay, what we have, the main part we have is the data. All around us is what? The data, the thing, like the, I'm taking the class, so what is happening? Data is getting stored somewhere in the server of the YouTube, right everyone? You call to some person, okay, there is a data, you see the train, that train wala part, right? You see where the train is, right? You see the current location of the train, or you book a Uber, right? So that is all is all about data. You do a transactions, right? That is also data, right? So what we are doing with the data, we are processing the data, and in order to process the data, okay, we need to write a program, right everyone? We need to write a program. So we have written a program, and our computer doesn't understand that high level language. Okay, our computer understand what, guys? Zeros and one. Everyone is clear? Yes or no? Our computer understand what? Zeros and one here. Yeah. So everything, if you will, if I will say ki here, if you will, yeah, so you have movies, right? In your system you have movies, and if you will see, the extension of the movies is what? Dot mp4, correct? Similarly, you have what? You have audio file, correct? And the extension of audio file is what? Dot mp3. So similarly, you have pictures, and the extension of picture is what? It is dot jpj, dot png, right? So all these things are what? These all things will be stored in 0 and 1 format, okay, in our computer. So you will say ki, hey, how this 0 and 1 format is happening behind the scene. Okay, so if you will notice one thing, this all things are stored permanently. Okay, so guys, can you tell me where this all thing will get stored? See, we have two memory area, right? One is what? Our hard disk, and one is what? Our RAM. So can you guys write in the chat, for storing permanent data, we should use hard disk or we should use RAM? Anyone? Please write in the chat. So I'm getting one answer from one person, that is children, that he's saying ki hard disk, RAM. Okay, RAM, hard disk, right? Okay, second. Okay, so like most of you are saying hard disk. Okay, let's understand that part also, right? So what happens now? I want to store permanent data, and we have two options. That is our hard disk, right? And our RAM. And we are saying ki, hey, all the files, okay, all the files, that is our movies, our pictures, our text file, all gets converted to the 0 and 1 format, and that they get stored inside the system. Okay, so here in RAM, let's talk about the this hard disk. Okay, this is a permanent storage area, and this will be a temporary storage area. Okay, so if you will see the hard disk, then hard disk is based on magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field here, and the direction of magnetic field here, the direction of magnetic field represent 0 and 1. Okay, represent 0 and 1. And in RAM is all about billions of capacitor. Okay, billions of capacitor. So we have a capacitor, and this capacitor have charge. Okay, this capacitor have charge, and when it is positive or negative charge, okay, when it is having charge, that is representing 0 and 1, right? So if some information is stored inside your RAM, that will be represented in the form of charge, and that charge is nothing but your 0 or 1. If it is positive charge, then it is 1. If it is negative charge, that is it is 0. So can you guys tell me here, if you will provide electricity, right? If you will provide electricity, then only you will have the charge. And when you have the charge, then only you are able to store the data. The moment you are disconnecting that electricity wala part, the moment you are shut down the laptop, what will happen? There will be no charge, and if there is no charge, there will be no information. That's why RAM is temporary storage. And here in hard disk is independent of electricity, is independent of current, right? Because hard disk is having magnetic field, and inside magnetic field we have this magnet yeah, we have directions, right? That is representing 0 and 1. That's why it is permanent storage, right? So I am giving you the high level part of hard disk and this RAM. Okay, everyone is clear why hard disk is this permanent storage area and why RAM is temporary storage area? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear. Read that part, okay? Just please go and read that part, what is ROM, and there are a lot of other stuff also, right? We are not focusing on that part, right? Yeah, the main important part is hard disk and RAM, right? Yeah. So let's move to the next topic because we are already running out of time. So the next thing is what we are saying ki, hey, the main thing is what? Now I got to know ki what is happening behind the scene and everything else, right? So here we are saying hey, we have to write the source code. For that source code we need some area, right? We need some area where we can write the source code, and that area can be your IDE, right? And that IDE is your Visual Studio Code, okay, or your any other IDE, right? Eclipse or this IntelliJ. Okay, in order to download this Visual Studio Code or Eclipse or IntelliJ, what you can do, you can go here on the Google, and here you can search for Visual Studio Code download, right? From here you can click on the first link, right? And from here you can see, right, window like Visual Studio Code for window, right, for Mac, for Ubuntu. Okay, from here you can install the this x64 version, right? So here you can install the x64 version here, and you can see it is getting downloaded here, right? So the steps are simple. You have to download, and after that you have to click next, 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 and it will get installed. Okay, I have already installed Visual Studio Code, so I will not install it again, right? After that, after installing Visual Studio Code, you can see this kind of screen, right? Okay, after finishing the this Visual Studio Code setup, you can see this kind of screen here, right? After that, okay, so here, we got the area where I can write the source code. Now what I want? I want a compiler, right? I want a compiler that can compile my source code, right? That can compile my Java source code. And I told you ki, hey, I want Java C compiler. And there is one more Superman that is sitting on all the operating system, right? That is your JVM. So in order to install Java C and JVM, we need JDK. Okay, JDK is your Java Development Kit here, right? Java Development Kit. Okay, let's try to see like how we can install JDK, and after that I will give you the brief explanation of JDK. Okay, so here you can see JDK download, and from here you can go to the first link, and from here you can see, right? You can see for Linux, for Mac, and for Windows, right? Okay, for here, and you can install the x64, this version or this one. Okay, you can install any one of them, and from here you can click and it will get installed on your, like, it will get downloaded. After that you have to extract the file, click on next, 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 and it will get downloaded, right? And after downloading this JDK, what you have to do, let I have already downloaded the JDK. Okay, after extracting the file and after doing the setup, here, right, you have to go to the program files. Inside the program files, if you have correctly if you have correctly done the setup, you will see the Java folder here, right? Yeah, you can see this Java folder here. Go to this Java folder. Inside the Java folder, go to the JDK. Inside the JDK, go to the bin. Okay, after going to the bin, copy the path. The above path you have to copy to set the environment variable. Okay, Correct. So, you have to copy the path. After copying the path, go to the search. In the search, open edit environment variable. From edit environment variable, you can see this kind of pop-up, right? This kind of pop-up, and from here, you have to click on the path, select the path, click on new, not new, sorry. You have to click on edit here, right? And after clicking on edit, what you have to do, click on new, paste the path. This path you have to paste, okay? And after doing this stuff, I have already done that thing. So what I will do, I will click on OK, again OK, and I'm done with the environment variable setup. Okay. After that, I will open the terminal. In the terminal, if I want to see whether I have done the correct thing or not, so here I will write Java C. I will write the command Java C, and here dash dash version, right? So here you can see I am getting the correct version of Java C. Okay. Java C is what? Nothing but a compiler. And in order to get the in order to see whether Java is already also installed or not, right? Java dash dash version, right? And here you can see the version of Java also, right? So that means I have installed Java C also, okay, and Java also in my system, and I have done the correct setup of that environment variable path, right? So after doing this thing, let's move to the next thing, that is what is this JDK, okay? Why I have installed this JDK and how I'm able to get this Java C, okay? How these are things related, right? So let's take that part. Okay, till that time, please write in the chat who all know about JDK, anything about JDK. Nandini, Visual Studio Code VS not installed for Windows. So you can install some other IDE, okay? Nandini, it is like you can install Eclipse, see whether Eclipse is there or not, or IntelliJ is there or not, right? Anyone who know about JDK, please write in the chat. So guys, let's discuss that part also. That is JDK one, yeah. So here, let me open the thing, right? Yeah. Till that time, please write in the chat, okay? So JDK. JDK is our Java Development Kit, right? Development Kit, right? So here, let's assume you have this whole box as your JDK here, right? Okay, JDK here. Inside this JDK, you have Java runtime environment, okay? Java runtime environment. Plus, you have some dev tools, and inside this dev tools, okay, inside this dev tools you have the compiler. Okay, there are a lot of things that are inside this dev tool, but the main part is what? You have the compiler that is present in this dev tool, that is Java C compiler here. Okay, so we have the JDK, we have JRE, that is Java runtime environment. Okay, this JRE is the main part, okay, that is okay, this JRE is the main part, that is uh, you can say here basically this part take care of the how to run the Java code, and this all thing will be taken care by this JRE. Okay, inside this JRE you have JVM, okay, that superpower, right? Java virtual machine. Plus inside JRE you have some libraries, okay, some classes and libraries that are necessary, okay, that are necessary for the Java code to run, right, everyone? So this will be the brief idea about JDK, JRE. So let's take one example, right? Let's take one example and let's try to understand this JDK, JRE and JVM. Okay, I'm not going into the architecture part of JDK, JRE and JVM. Okay, everyone. But let's understand that thing. Okay, let's assume. Let's see the chat first. Okay, 1 minute. So convert to coding. Okay, yeah. So let's take Parna here, right? So Parna is here, and Parna is studying in some college, okay? And in that college, the teacher asked to create a college management project, okay? College management project here, right? Management system, okay? The teacher asked him to create this project, and so the teacher asked to create the project in Java here, right? So now Prana is the person The main task of Panna is what? To develop the application, right? To develop the application, and after developing the application, Panna has to execute the application, right? Execute the application, whether he has written the correct code, whether he is getting the correct output or not. So these two tasks are very important for Pranay here, right? So what he will do, he will install Visual Studio Code or some other ID, okay, or other ID where he can write the code. And apart from that, he wants the compiler and JVM. For that, he will install the JDK, because JDK will have the JRE and JVM, right? And this Java C also. Java C is important for compilation, and this JVM is important for the execution, right, everyone? After that, he has developed the code, okay? He has developed the code and he went back to the teacher, okay? He said, hey, I have already done the code, teacher. Now, teacher will say, hey, Pranay, please give me the dot class file, right? Please give me the dot class file, because you are saying कि dot class file is platform independent and this dot class file can run on any system, right? So I want just this dot class file, right? And Pranay will say कि okay. So Pranay has like downloaded that dot class file in his pen drive and uploaded that dot class file in teacher machine, right? In teacher machine here is a teacher machine. So now, can you guys write in the chat? Can you guys write in the chat here? Pranay will compile the code, or Pranay will directly execute the code or execute the code. Please write in the chat. Please write in the chat. Will Pranay compile the code, or he will directly run the code on the teacher machine? Okay. Please write in the chat. Anyone? Correct. Correct. Divanshi, why you are saying compile? Compilation. Why we are doing the compilation? To check the syntax and semantics and to generate the byte code, right? That is the dot class file, right? And the teacher wants only the dot class file, right? So first compile. No. Again, you guys are not able to understand the concept, right? So here is a Pranay, right? Pranay is here. Pranay will write the source code and he will compile the source code. And for the compiler, he needs Java C, and that Java C is present where, guys? It is present in JDK. Inside JDK, you have development tools. Inside development tools, you have this Java C. And apart from that, you have JRE also inside this JDK. And after that, you will get dot class file, right? Dot class file. And this dot class file will be run by the JVM. And in order to install the JVM, in order to execute that, in order to interpret that dot class file, you need that JVM, right? And JVM is present where? Inside JRE, right? Inside JRE. Sorry. Yeah. JVM, right? So now teacher is here and teacher is asking for the main part, right? Not the compilation part. So teacher just wants this dot class file because this class file is platform independent, right? This dot class file is platform independent. We have discussed that part, right, everyone? So my teacher is, let's assume here Pranay has window and this teacher is having MacBook, right? MacBook. So basically, the teacher will say, ki, okay, Pranay, I want this dot class file only, right? So here what Pranay will do, Pranay will go to the browser, okay, from Google. He will just download the JRE, okay? He will just download the JRE. And inside this JRE, we have the JVM. This JVM will be installed on the top of the Mac, and Pranay will give this dot class file, and that dot class file will be run by the system, right? So here, so the main part, like the main key point to note is when you need to compile and execute the code, then you need JDK, and when you just need to execute the code, okay, just need to, then you just need JRE. because inside JRE you have JVM. Okay, you can install JDK also. You can install JDK also, but this will be the application, right? You guys got the understanding what is the JDK, what is the JRE, and in order to understand about the architecture, you can refer the Google, okay? Because this is a basic bootcamp and we have to do that part, right? So here, sir, directly execution, right? Sir, class, yeah, we have just in, yeah, correct. We have GIT, correct. Prerna is correct. We have GIT here. Explore that part, right? Try to explore something by your own. Yeah, the teacher, correct, correct. The teacher can have the JDK also and the JRE also, right? Like both are possible here in this case, right, everyone? After that, let's create a simple program and what yeah, let's create a simple program also, right? It will take 5 minutes. What I will do here, I will go to the system. Here, what you have to do, you have to go to the file. Inside file, open this folder, open folder, okay? From here, select the folder where you have to save the Java code, okay? This folder here. After that, what you can do, create a file. Let's assume the first program is hello world. So I will write the name of the file as hello world, okay? Hello world dot Java here. And since everything in Java is about class and object, so I have to use class, right? I have to use class, and the name of the class is hello world, right? And inside this, for every programming, if you are learning C and C++, there is an entry point, okay? There is an entry point from where the execution will start. So that entry point in Java is public static void main, okay? Public static void main, and inside this you have a command line argument that is string array, right? String args, okay? After that, if you have to print something on the output screen, what you will do, you will write system dot out dot println, okay? And inside this you have to write, if you have to print some English statement, you have to use double quote. Inside that you have to write hello world, okay? Hello world. And we are done with the code, right? After that I will return from here, that is return nothing. And let's save the code, right? Let's save the code and focus on this point, okay? About public static void main, about this system.out.println, we will be discussing in the next session, okay? Because we are already out of time, right? So let's first run the code and see what output I will get here, whether I'm getting the correct output or not, right? So I will open the terminal here, and in the terminal you can see, right, in the left hand side you can see I have just one file, that is hello world.java, right? Focus on this file. If I will open this thing also, yeah, this one, right? So here you can see this part, right? I have just one file, that is hello world.java file, right? After that, if I will compile the code here, that is java c. In order to compile the code I have to use java c, right, command. And after that, the name of the file, that is hello world dot java here, right? So the moment I have compiled the code, you can see I got a dot class file, right? Here, let me open this part, right? Yeah. So here you can see I got one more file with dot class extension. Yeah. Devanshi, about return, about public static void main, we will be discussing in the next session, okay? Because this session will become too long, so we will be taking a proper time to explain that public static void main and that return keyword, okay? So here you can see the hello world.java, and the moment you have compiled the code, compiler will check the syntax semantics and it will generate the byte code, and that byte code is stored in dot class file. And if I will try to open this byte code, here you can see here it want a app, okay, because it is saying ki, hey, this is some encrypted code and it will not be opened. You have to find the correct that app to open this file, okay? This is an encrypted code. And now what I want to run this byte code on JVM, right? And how I have installed JVM? With the help of JDK, I have already installed JVM, okay? So basically JVM is currently running on the top of my window operating system, right? So in order to give this dot class file to the JVM, what I will do, I will write Java and I will write the name of the class. right? Hello world, right? And let's see. Uh, so here Java hello world. Yeah. So basically I've written wrong name, right? Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Correct. So here you can see, let me clear the screen, right? Yeah. So this, so after compiling the code, in order to run the code, okay, what you have to do, you have to use Java and the name of the file. That is hello world, right? So here I am getting the correct answer. Class name is wrong. Correct, correct. That's why I'm getting the wrong answer because here I have written WORLRD, right? So this will be what? RLD, right? So let's save the code and again clear the screen. What I have to do, I have to first compile the code, that is Java hello world.java. After compiling the code, I have to run the code, that is Java hello world, right? So here you can see I'm getting a hello world on the output screen. So guys, if you have any question till now, please write in the chat. And this is all for today's session about public static void main. We will be discussing in the next session, right? Yeah, and about return also, and about this command line also, right? So what is refactor which is used to rename? I have directly renamed that. Like what renamed that this class you are asking about? So notes for next session. Uh, come with Piyush, like it is. I'm not creating any notes here. So if you are feeling ki you have to take some important point, you can create your own notes, right? Yeah. Anything else, guys? You want any doubt you have? You have 2 to 3 minutes, right? Or you have 5 minutes, okay? Depending on the doubt. Okay, okay, great. So hoping, thank you everyone. Yeah, no doubt, right? So just tomorrow the agenda is what we will be discussing about how we are able to create a variable. What is this public static void main? When we are creating the variable, what happened behind the scene, right? How the variable gets stored, how the memory is getting allocated to the variable, right? And like this everything, okay, everything about variable, the working of variable behind the scene that we will be doing the in the next session, okay? Because about variable, type of variable that is available on the net, right? The main thing is the main thing that is not available is that working wala part, right? So we will be discussing in the next session. Attendance nahi ho rahi. What you can do is like okay, for attendance, what you can do after the session, try to refresh the page by going to this link, okay, and try to mark the attendance, okay, it will get marked. And again, still if it is not getting marked, you can mail us on support@letsupgrade.in. Okay, explore that part, Vijay, explore that part. This JIT come in that JRE thing, okay? When you like when you are when you will go on the Google and see the architecture of JVM, then you will get the clear understanding ki what is this like how JVM work behind the scene, right? There will be some class loader and like lot of things there, okay? So will you teach web development with Java? I will try to teach, okay? If I have time, I will try to teach that part, okay? If there is a demand from the audience, I will try to teach that thing, okay? So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining the session. Hope you have enjoyed the session, and we will be meeting tomorrow with a new topic and with a new thing, okay? Thank you, thank you. Have a great night, right?